Once upon a time, in a bright and lively jungle, there lived a playful young elephant named Eshu. Eshu had smooth, light gray skin, a slightly oversized head, and a bright yellow scarf tied neatly around his neck. His big, curious eyes sparkled with excitement as he splashed water by the riverbank with his trunk. High above, his mischievous friend Raji, a slim monkey with dark brown fur and a tiny red vest, swung from the branches. With his cheeky smile and bright eyes, Raji teased Eshu, calling out, "Is that all you've got, Eshu? Splash harder!" Eshu just laughed and splashed even more. The jungle buzzed with life, from chirping birds to colorful butterflies dancing in the sunlight. As Eshu wandered deeper into the jungle, the cheerful sounds of nature faded. The trees grew denser and the shadows darker. Suddenly, he heard a faint cry for help. "Who's there?" Eshu called out, raising his trunk. He followed the sound and soon came upon a tangled net lying on the ground. Inside was a tiny lion cub, struggling to free himself. His golden yellow fur was messy, and a small green leaf crown sat tilted on his head. The cub's big, tear-filled eyes pleaded, "Help me, please." Eshu's heart filled with determination. "Don't worry, I'll get you out," he said. Eshu stepped closer, careful not to frighten the cub. With his strong, curled trunk, he gently pulled the net apart, freeing the little lion. The cub, still trembling, sat up and looked at Eshu with wide eyes. "Thank you," he whispered. "I'm Leo. I got caught in that net while playing too far from my den." Eshu smiled. "I'm Eshu. You're safe now. Let's get you home." Leo nodded, his leaf crown now sitting straight on his head, and together they set off through the jungle. Soon, they reached a clearing where Eshu's mother, Amma, stood. Amma was a large, wise elephant with kind eyes and a beautiful pink shawl draped over her back. She greeted them warmly, her trunk gently stroking Eshu's head. "This is Leo," Eshu said proudly. "He needed help, and I couldn't leave him behind." Amma smiled and nodded. "You've shown great bravery and kindness, my son. Helping others is the true mark of a hero." Leo looked up at Amma with admiration. "Thank you for welcoming me," he said shyly. News of Eshu's bravery spread quickly through the jungle. That evening, a grand celebration was held near the sparkling waterfall. Animals of all kinds gathered to cheer for Eshu and Leo. Eshu stood tall, his yellow scarf tied perfectly, and raised his trunk in a triumphant trumpet. Leo sat beside him, his golden fur glowing in the sunlight, his leaf crown firmly in place. Raji, the mischievous monkey, swung from a tree, clapping his hands. Chitra, the elegant peacock, fanned out her shimmering blue and green tail feathers in a dazzling display. Even Kalu, the wise old turtle, watched from his rock with a gentle smile. The jungle was alive with joy, celebrating the bond of friendship and bravery. As the sun began to set, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink, Eshu and Leo stood on a small hill overlooking the crowd. Eshu raised his trunk and said, "Leo, from now on, we're friends forever. No matter what, I'll always be there for you." Leo smiled, his wide eyes glowing with happiness. "And I'll always be there for you too." The animals cheered as the two friends stood side by side, their silhouettes glowing in the golden light. From that day forward, Eshu and Leo's friendship became a legend in the jungle, a story of courage, kindness, and the power of helping one another. And so, Eshu the elephant and Leo the lion cub taught us all that even the smallest acts of bravery can create the strongest bonds of friendship. The end.